Hello everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football channel where it's time to do a wee video, and I decided to basically do this on the balance that the Premier League is coming back. Obviously, news today, Premier League clubs will be allowed to use 5 substitutes, and they will be allowed to use 9 on the bench as well. So obviously that is temporary. It is only until the end of the season, so it'll be interesting to see whether they keep it or not. So I have decided, with the Premier League returning, which is 2 weeks, 2 weeks yesterday, obviously, recording this on Thursday, the 4th of June. Obviously, the season returns on the 17th of June. With those 2 games, Manchester City against Arsenal and Aston Villa against Sheffield United. So that made me think of an idea to do a video. So I have picked one player to watch out for when the Premier League returns for your club. So this is all 20 Premier League teams. Some have chosen like some are quite obvious. Some are I think are interesting players to look out for, and maybe couple as well might be to get a move as well. So, but obviously, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Obviously, about the players that I pick, and yeah. So, starting off with Arsenal. Now, obviously, they are 9th in the Premier League at this moment in time. So one player to watch out for in the Arsenal team. Well, I could have picked Aubameyang because obviously he is destined for a move. I could have picked Bukayo Saka. However, I picked a guy who has really stepped it up this season when it has come to Europa League and obviously Premier League, etc. And that is Gabriel Martinelli. Now, he has made 14 Premier League appearances this season. He has 3 goals. He has 3 goals in the Europa League as well. He has made 7 appearances there. He's got 1 assist in the Europa League. 1 assist in the FA Cup as well. His stats for the 2019-2020 season: 26 games, 10 goals, 4 assists. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad for Gabriel Martinelli. The reason I picked out Martinelli, I think he has been absolutely fantastic this season. There's no doubt about it. I think he has been very good. Martinelli is one of those players where you're like, well, he can only go on to better things for sure. And I actually think he could be a shining light in this Arsenal team. Obviously, Arsenal have really struggled this season, but Martinelli's goals, obviously there are comparisons between obviously Martinelli and Greenwood. Obviously, Manchester United fans would want Greenwood, and obviously Arsenal fans would want Martinelli. I've seen both of them play. I think Martinelli's a fantastic player, and I think Greenwood is fantastic as well. Martinelli, for me, I think he starts more games for Arsenal. The reason being, I think that because of obviously there's a lot of rumours, obviously, about Aubameyang potentially leaving at the end of the season as well. I think Martinelli could potentially be that striker who goes on and scores. So Martinelli, going back to obviously when the Premier League return, I think he will be a player to watch out for. I really do. I've been very impressed with him this season. Gabriel Martinelli is a very good player. So that's Arsenal. For Aston Villa, obviously your club is 19th in the Premier League table. I've picked out a man who has been injured for most of the season. And this man, I think you are missing a bite in your midfield. And it is Super John McGinn, is what he's usually called. He has made 19 appearances, 3 goals, 2 assists this season, but obviously he has been injured. But the start to the season, he was fantastic. He obviously scored against Spurs. He obviously made a couple of goals as well. He has been a big miss in that Aston Villa midfield. Obviously scored the goal that obviously got them to the Premier League in the first place. And you know what, John McGinn is a very good player, and he's going to be a mainstay in the Scotland midfield for many years to come. You can clearly understand that as well. I think McGinn is a big miss for Villa. He's come back at the right time because obviously he is back in training. I reckon that
he might be a pivotal player for Aston Villa. They're just missing something in the midfield, just missing that sort of bite, that sort of determination for, to get tackles in. I think they've been really, really lacking that. I wouldn't say that is because of their form going down. However, I think it is probably a factor to it. But John McGinn has been superb and definitely a player to watch out for when the Premier League returns. John McGinn, Super John McGinn for Aston Villa. So, Bournemouth, the player that I have picked to watch out for is the goalkeeper, Aaron Ramsdale. Now, obviously, you will probably have seen my Premier League team of the season. Obviously, I did with Sophie and the Cop Council, Connor from the Cop Council, I should say. And obviously, we did our teams of the season. One player I forgot to mention in the goalkeepers of the season's nominees was this guy, Aaron Ramsdale. Now, obviously, get well soon, Aaron Ramsdale, because obviously he was the Bournemouth player that obviously got the virus. So obviously, we wish you well, Aaron Ramsdale. But I have to say, from watching Bournemouth this season, Aaron Ramsdale has been a mainstay in this team. He's made 28 appearances. I think he's missed one game this season, which I think was due to injury, etc. But I have to say, Aaron Ramsdale, for like a first sort of Premier League season to obviously break through into the Bournemouth team, I think he's been absolutely fantastic. And yeah, obviously, Bournemouth are, in the relegation zone, etc. But Aaron Ramsdale, for me, is one of those top goalkeepers who he's obviously signed a new contract with Bournemouth. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. Obviously, if Bournemouth do go on and get relegated, it would be very, very interesting to see if he would actually stay at the club. I think he probably will, but if he continues the way he has done, if he continues the way he has been playing recently, then I think the big clubs will obviously go in for him. He's a top keeper. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. His distribution is very, very good. He comes out for crosses as well. He is a very, very decent goalkeeper. So, Aaron Ramsdale, obviously 28 appearances, 4 clean sheets. Yeah, Aaron Ramsdale has been a big shining plus in that, shining star, I should say, in the Bournemouth side. So I'm going to go for Aaron Ramsdale for Bournemouth. So, Brighton. I have picked out a striker who you signed from Brentford earlier this season, Neal Maupay. Now, I have to say, from watching Brighton this season, they've got a very, very good style of football. They play a very good passing style of football as well. I think they're doing very, very well, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see how well they will do. Obviously, they are 15th at the moment, 29 points I think it is that they've got at the moment. Yeah, I mean they are in a relegation battle. However, I do think firepower will be key for Brighton, and Neal Maupay has had a very good season. There's no doubt about it. 29 appearances, 8 goals, 2 assists. It's a very, very good. It's a very, very good turn of events for him, and obviously coming from Brentford as well, obviously £20 million. I think he's done very, very well, and there's been a couple of goals that he's scored this season that have been absolutely fantastic as well. But yeah, Maupay, he's a good player. He's a very, very good player. Reminds me a lot of Glenn Murray in him. Obviously, Glenn Murray's obviously a different player to obviously Neal Maupay, but Maupay scores goals, and obviously he scored on his debut at Watford earlier this season as well. He's a very, very good player, and so if Brighton are to stay in the league, I think Maupay's goals will be the key as well. And obviously he scored at the Emirates as well when they beat Arsenal 2-1 as well. So Neal Maupay is a definite candidate for one player to watch for Brighton. Now for Burnley. Excuse me. Chris Wood. I've gone for Chris Wood. The reason is that obviously he is Burnley's top goal scorer. Burnley are in the top 10. Congratulations to Sean Dyche. He's another manager who doesn't get the credit that he's deserved. Chris Wood's had a very, very good season. Obviously, 29 appearances, 11 goals, 1 assist. Obviously, the top scorer for Burnley this season. He has been very, very good. There's no doubt about it. Obviously, formed a partnership. Obviously, with he's obviously formed a partnership with Ashley Barnes
at Burnley, and then obviously you've got obviously Jay Rodriguez as well. So that's another one you could say for sure. So Chris Wood, I think Chris Wood will be one to watch for sure. And if he can continue the way he's going, then it's going to be very, very interesting to see how many goals he could actually end up with. He's been very, very good this season, Chris Wood. So I've picked out Chris Wood for Burnley, but I could have picked out Tarkowski. I could have picked out Gudmundsson. I could have picked out Hendrick. Burnley have got a very, very good squad as well. Nick Pope I could have picked out as well. But Chris Wood has been very, very good this season, so that is one player to watch out for Burnley. Chelsea. Now,
I could have picked out Kovacic. I could have picked out Kante. I could have picked out Kepa Arrizabalaga.
I could have picked out Reece James. The player I've picked, and I think he's had a very good season, Tammy Abraham. Now, Tammy Abraham, obviously, everyone remembers him at Swansea. He was very, very good there. Not prolific enough, but having said that, he's had a very good season for Chelsea. In all competitions this season, he's had 34 appearances, 15 goals, which is a very good return, and 6 assists as well. Seems to be the main sort of player to score goals for Chelsea. I think he's been very, very good.
Obviously, he obviously got a hat trick at Wolves earlier in the season as well. Yes, obviously he's been very, very good, Tammy Abraham. I think looking at it, obviously he will want to improve his goal scoring record. But I tell you something, Tammy Abraham has had a very, very good season, and it's going to be a really, really intriguing thing to see if his goals could get Chelsea top 4, because at this moment in time, I think Chelsea, with obviously having Giroud as well, obviously with Abraham as well. Abraham's a mainstay in that Chelsea side, I think. So that's one thing you could say for sure for Tammy Abraham. But good season, very, very good season.
Obviously, first season with Chelsea. Obviously, spent the season out on loan at Aston Villa last season as well. He's been very, very good. So, Tammy Abraham, continue what you're doing because you've been very, very good for Chelsea. Now, Crystal Palace next. The player I've picked out is probably another one who I really missed in my goalkeepers of the season. Vicente Guaita. I think this guy is a very good goalkeeper. There's no doubt about it. 27 appearances, 9 clean sheets this season as well. Vicente Guaita, he's been very good at Palace. He has been very good at Palace. Obviously had to wait his turn to get in the Palace net because obviously Wayne Hennessy was obviously one of those players that obviously kept him out of the side. Oh, excuse me. But you would have to say that
Vicente Guaita has had
a very good season.
Will he go into
pastures new? That's another thing I think you could say. I don't think he will, to be honest. I think he's happy at Palace. He's obviously getting first team action. He's been very, very good. Yes, he's made a few mistakes this season, but every goalkeeper makes mistakes, etc. as well. But Guaita has been very, very good in the Palace side. I was going to pick Jordan Ayew because Ayew has been very, very good. But if Vicente Guaita can keep Crystal Palace in the league, Crystal Palace are going to be safe anyway. They've got a mainstay in Roy Hodgson who will obviously keep them up as well. But Vicente Guaita has been very, very good this season. So he is my Crystal Palace player to watch. Now, Everton. Oh, I sounded Scouse there. Everton. Now, the player I've picked out is a player who has had his critics, there's no doubt about it, in previous seasons. But I tell you something, this striker has been very, very good, and especially since Carlo Ancelotti came into Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I have to say, from watching Everton and obviously their struggles under Marco Silva, since Ancelotti came in, Calvert-Lewin has been the mainstay in that Everton forward line. He has been absolutely fantastic. And with a run of 32 appearances in all competitions, 15 goals and 1 assist as well. It's very, very good from Calvert-Lewin. And You wonder if he may get a place on the plane at England for the Euros. It'd be interesting to see that. Will he? That's another matter. But I tell you something: if he can continue with what he's been doing and scoring goals as well, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is a very very good striker. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, Everton, obviously they're having a poor season at the moment, but Calvert-Lewin, if he can score the goals, then Everton will be
going up the table and not down the table. So Calvert-Lewin for me is one player to watch for sure. So yeah, I've picked him in there as well. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin is my player to watch for Everton. Leicester City. This is very obvious. Jamie Vardy. I've picked Jamie Vardy out because reason is that obviously Jamie Vardy is the top scorer at this moment in time with 19 goals in the Premier League.
It'd be interesting to see if he can stay there. That's another thing you could say for sure. He's been very, very good this season. He doesn't seem to age either. He's like a fine wine. He gets better with age. And
to be honest with you, Jamie Vardy has been absolutely fantastic this season. Couple of hat-tricks in there, obviously one at Southampton as well. He's been sensational this season, and he's only going to get better as well. I just don't see this guy moving at all. So 30 appearances, 19 goals, 6 assists. That's a very, very good return for Jamie Vardy. And obviously he will want to go into the 20 goal mark and then maybe get up to 30.
30 is not impossible for sure. So that would be very interesting to see. But I'll tell you something, he's been very, very good, Jamie Vardy. So continue what you're doing, score goals, and you will have a party, Jamie Vardy. So Jamie Vardy is my player to watch for Leicester. But I'll tell you something, Leicester City have got a very, very good squad, and they are going to potentially, I think they'll finish in the top 4. I know their form sort of dipped in the middle of the season, but I think they'll be absolutely fine. So Jamie Vardy, I have gone for the Leicester City player to watch. Now, Liverpool. This was very, very difficult. However, I have picked out Mohamed Salah. Now, everyone would say Mane has been the main man for Liverpool.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that this season. However, looking at these stats, might beg to differ, etc. So,
Mohamed Salah, 40 appearances,
20 goals, 9 assists. That is pretty good for a player who is potentially having a very, very poor season again. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously Mohamed Salah, yes, 17-18 season he was absolutely fantastic. I think it was like something like 43 goals and sort of 16 assists or something. Very, very good there. Last season he was very, very good as well. The reason I've picked him out, he has not lost a golden boot yet, and he's only 3 goals behind Jamie Vardy. Will he walk away with another golden boot? That would be very, very interesting. It'd be very, very interesting to see if he could get another golden boot, because obviously the last couple of seasons he's been here, he's obviously been top scorer in most of those seasons. So
looking at that, obviously he's got 16 goals, 3 away from Vardy. Be very, very interesting. So the reason I've picked Mohamed Salah out is because he hasn't lost out a golden boot, and I think it'll be very interesting to see how he does as well. But Mohamed Salah, Liverpool. I lost count of how many Liverpool players I could have picked, but I've picked out Mohamed Salah because he has not lost a golden boot yet. So be interesting to see that. So. Right, Manchester City. I've picked a player who will be departing the Etihad Stadium at the end of the season, and what a player this player has been. David Silva. I mean, the guy has been superb for Manchester City. An absolute mainstay in that midfield. He's been terrific. Over the years, he has been brilliant. There's no doubt about it. He has been absolutely brilliant. It's going to be very, very sad to see him go, but he obviously wants to finish his career in Spain. We could obviously understand that. But David Silva, I mean, goals, assists, he's been very, very good. And one player that will want to definitely end.
His career at Manchester City very, very well is David Silva. So David Silva, 28 appearances, 3 goals, 8 assists. Yes, he's not prolific. He's not prolific, but what he does bring to the City team is a steal. He is very, very good. He's going to be sorely missed on the Etihad. There's no doubt about it. He's going to be missed in the Premier League as well. He's a brilliant player, is David Silva. So, David Silva, thank you for the memories. I think you've been absolutely fantastic in the Premier League. So, I've picked out you. So, Manchester City picking out David Silva. David Silva for that. Now, so, Manchester United. Now, I could have picked Marcus Rashford because obviously he's coming back from injury. But I think everyone's probably guessed who I picked. Bruno Fernandes. Now, obviously, Bruno Fernandes is signed for Manchester United from Sporting Lisbon in January. Was in the BBC Team of the Year as well.
I have to say, the impact Bruno Fernandes has had on Manchester United has been nothing short but sensational. Yeah, obviously he's made 9 appearances, he's scored 3 goals,
He's made 3 assists as well.
Just the impact of that player, he's been superb, absolutely superb. Manchester United's goals are
Going up as well.
Bruno Fernandes, he's only had 5 appearances for Manchester United in the Premier League.
I'll tell you something, this guy is going to be a very, very good player. People say he's overrated. Come on. Have you ever seen a player that's made an impact like that? He has been absolutely sensational, Bruno Fernandes. He's only going to get better. So, Manchester United fans, just get excited over a midfielder, potentially Pogba, Fernandes, Fred, maybe Matic, McTominay. You've got a good midfield there. You have definitely got a good midfield there. So,
I'm going to say Bruno Fernandes, definitely one
to watch. But I think Manchester United fans, I think you would probably have guessed that one as well. So, the next player, Newcastle United. I picked another goalkeeper here. The reason is, I think this guy has been absolutely outstanding all season long. It is Martin Dubravka, the Slovakian goalkeeper for Newcastle United. Made 30 appearances in all competitions, 9 clean sheets. Very, very good return for him. All we can say about Dubravka is he has made a few mistakes, but you have to say this: he has been very, very good in the Newcastle side.
Man of the match performances, I think at Wolves was one in particular as well. He's just been very, very good. Man of the match against Manchester United as well.
He's been very, very good this season, Martin Dubravka, and obviously Newcastle fans, I mean, you'll be determined to keep a hold of Dubravka for sure. Dubravka, he's been very, very good this season. So that is one I picked out for Newcastle United. Martin Dubravka to watch out for sure. So Norwich City, I think you can kind of guess with this one by looking at the thumbnail. Teemu Pukki. Now, this guy started like a house on fire with 4 goals in the first 2 games. Obviously, he scored at Anfield against Liverpool in a 4-1 defeat. He then scored a hat-trick against Newcastle United. And then ever since then,
obviously the goals, he started like a house on fire, obviously scoring in the first 4 games this season. Yes, the goals did dry up eventually as well, but you have to say 28 appearances, 11 goals, 3 assists. It's a very good return for Teemu Pukki. Yeah, I mean, look, he was obviously doing it in the Championship. He's obviously proven he can do it in the Premier League as well. Very, very good player. Very, very good player. Probably one that goes on to pastures new if Norwich do go down. I'll tell you something. If he can score the goals that keeps Norwich in the Premier League, then you'll probably see him move on next season. But if they get relegated, I think he might go as well. But Teemu Pukki started like a house on fire. He's only going to get better as well. So he's another one to watch for Norwich City. Yeah, good luck the Canaries. I do like the Canaries. They're a very, very good club as well. So Teemu Pukki, well done for that. So Sheffield United, I think this is pretty obvious as well. Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson has made 30
appearances. He has made 11 clean sheets this season. I think he's only one behind Nick Pope as well, which is very, very good as well.
What can we say? Dean Henderson, barring the Liverpool game at Bramall Lane, he's been sensational. He has been absolutely fantastic. Is it too soon for him to go back to Manchester United to challenge David De Gea? I think maybe
one more year on loan will do him the world of good, and especially if it is with Sheffield United. I think if he was to stay at Sheffield United for another season, then I think he would be good. He's obviously proves he can do in the Premier League. Obviously, he's been very, very good this season. 11 clean sheets. That's no worthy feat at all. I mean, he's been absolutely superb today. And he's only going to get better as well. So if he can continue the way he's been playing, potentially get the Golden Glove, because obviously it's a three-horse race now for that. It seems to be Alisson Becker, Nick Pope, and Dean Henderson as well. So, but then again, it will be interesting to see how the season will sort of end as well. But
Dean Henderson, yeah, definitely one to watch
for sure.
Southampton. I've gone for Danny Ings. Now, the reason I put Danny Ings is because goals. He gets you goals for sure. Obviously, Shane Long has signed a new contract today. You'll want to get Ings tied down for sure. Danny Ings has been superb this season. 33 appearances in all competitions, 18 goals and 2 assists. What can we say? Danny Ings brings you goals. If he can keep fit, if he can keep fit, then it's going to be very, very interesting to see how many goals he could end up with. But Danny Ings has been superb this season. Southampton did really, really well to pay £20 million to Liverpool to get him. But yeah, Danny Ings, he's been sensational this season. And could he potentially be on the plane to the Euros with England? That would be very interesting to see. But Danny Ings, you've been very, very good. Tottenham. Now, people will think, oh, you've gone for Harry Kane here. No, I have not gone for Harry Kane. I have gone for Heung-min Son. Now, a player who's obviously had red card trouble. He had 2 red cards this season. But the guy's been brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant this season. In all competitions, 32 appearances, 16 goals, 9 assists. The one thing you can say with Son, boy, he's quick. He is very, very quick. Obviously, he's got competition now with obviously Steven Bergwijn on the left-hand side, but Son can play in the attacking midfielder. He can play at the right. He has been very, very good this season, Heung-min Son, and I think he will be pivotal for Spurs. It'll be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting indeed. If he can score the goals, and obviously if Harry Kane can stay fit, Spurs may have a little glimpse of a hope for top 4, but I would highly doubt it, unfortunately. So we shall see what happens. But I'm going to say that Heung-min Son is one to watch for Tottenham. Watford. I've picked out Ismaila Sarr, and obviously this was a player who obviously signed from Rennes to Watford. Has to be said that he's been good this season. Didn't get a look in under Kike Sanchez-Flores or Javi Gracia, but under Nigel Pearson he seems to be playing very well. Obviously 21 appearances, 6 goals, 4 assists. It's a very, very good return for Ismaila Sarr. Obviously everyone remembers the performance he did against Liverpool. It was very, very good. Very, very good. He tore Liverpool to shreds that day. Which pains me to say that, because obviously I'm a Liverpool fan, as everybody knows. But I have to say, Ismaila Sarr, continue what you're doing. Your goals could keep Watford in the Premier League. There's no doubt about it, and I think he will be pivotal for Watford's survival chances. So Ismaila Sarr is one to watch for Watford. So West Ham, I've gone for a Scotsman. So I have gone for Robert Snodgrass, a player who seems to be getting better and better, it has to be said. 26 appearances, 5 goals, 5 assists. That's not too bad. Snoddy, obviously everyone remembers him at Livingston, Leeds United,
think he was at Hull City as well. He's getting better with age as well. Seems to be a bit of a mainstay in the West Ham side as well recently, which is very, very good to see. But yeah, Robert Snodgrass, I think if you can keep up what you're doing, because West Ham got a nightmare of a fixture list. I mean,
I think they've still got to go to places
like I think they've still got to go to. I think they've still got Chelsea to come as well. But yeah, if Robert Snodgrass can get the assists in, maybe even get a couple of goals in there, West Ham will be fine. But Robert Snodgrass, he's had a very, very good season as well. So that is one player to watch for West Ham. And finally, we have come to the final team, and it is Wolves. And I've gone for a player who has been very, very impressive this season. One of the most improved wingers of the season for me. And yes, he can get on your nerves as well. He can be very, very frustrating to watch. But Adama Traore deserves the mention here. 43 appearances, because obviously this is on all competitions. 6 goals, 10 assists. Not bad, not bad. He does need to add more goals though. But I have to say, from watching Wolves this season, Traore has been superb. Really, really superb. And he's only going to get better. He is only going to get better. If he can add more goals to his game, then he will get more goals. Wolves, obviously, they are still in the Europa League as well, so it'll be interesting to see when or not the Europa League will return. But Wolves have got a good chance. They've got a very, very good chance against Olympiacos as well. So that is it. That is my one player to watch for all of your clubs. So Arsenal go for Gabriel Martinelli, Aston Villa John McGinn, Bournemouth Aaron Ramsey, Brighton Neil Maupay, Burnley Chris Wood, Chelsea Tammy Abraham, Crystal Palace Vicente Guaita, Everton Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Leicester City Jamie Vardy, Liverpool Mohamed Salah, Man City David Silva, Manchester United Bruno Fernandes, Newcastle United Martin Dubravka, Norwich City Timu Pukki, Sheffield United Dean Henderson, Southampton Danny Ings, Tottenham Heung-min Son, Watford Ismail Yassar, West Ham Robert Snodgrass, and Wolves Adama Traore. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know if you think I've picked well for these players. Yeah, there's a few obvious ones in there, but I think on the balance, I think probably the players that are there deserve their mentions for sure. But yeah, guys, the Premier League is coming back. The Premier League is coming back 17th of June, a week on Wednesday. So excited. Really looking forward to the Premier League returning. Yes, of course, it's obviously behind closed doors, but it's just going to be so nice to have some Premier League football back, and obviously with people watching the Bundesliga as well. It'll be very, very interesting to see how well the teams will do. Liverpool been looking good in training, been watching a few of their training as well. Manchester United have been very, very good in training as well. So be very, very interesting as well. But yeah, guys, that's it from me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you do like my content, then please hit that subscribe button. Have noticed recently that I have been getting a lot of views from non-subscribers. So if you are new around here, then please hit that subscribe button. I'm closing in on 300 subscribers now. 293 I'm at the moment. Be very, very good to get to 300 subscribers. But yeah, if you are new around here, then please hit that subscribe button. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Smash a like on this video, and also let me know your thoughts about players to watch out for as well, and I'll do that in another video as well. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Stay safe. Premier League's coming back. See you later.